negative 8 mu c. The distance between them, 1.2 meters. That's the initial situation. And it asks you, at the midpoint, the field must be 0 if you have a third charge equals 5 mu c. Where you put it. And this is the middle point. Okay? We want the field here equal to 0 right here. And you have 2 charges already. You need a third one. Where to put it in order to make this location the field is 0?
Has to be a little bit this way.
I think the other, his English not very well. I had a hard time to read this book too.
Yes.
Grammar's terrible.
He used always a long sentence,
yes,
not a short one. That's bad. I mean, I like the way Hemingway wrote his books. Short sentences only. Therefore, everybody can read it. Okay, the third one, where you put it? You see, for this charge at this location, what's the field direction?
Away from
Way.
it, right?
Away from it, right? So you have a field here, which is E1, for example, from 5 mu c. How about this one?
Same.
This charge generates a field at this location, which way? Which direction?
just
Right.
To the right.
You put a positive test charge, they attract each other. Therefore, you have another field, which is E2 here. Why the E2 I draw it longer than E1?
it's stronger.
Because this charge is larger than this,
Yes.
right? The same distance.
Yes.
Okay, so it's very clear where you put the third positive charge to balance these two fields.
On the left.
The field generated must go this way, right? The E3 must go this way in order to make the total 0.
So that.
Therefore, which side? Right-hand side or left-hand side?
On the left. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, where you put the third charge? Over this range, the right, or over this range, the left?
What does E3 represent?
Yeah, I thought E3 was.
E3 is the
E3
field
is
generated by the third
The right
charge.
side.
So you,
But we have no idea where to put it. But the field must go this way. You can put a charge here to let the field go this way, right? If you put a charge here, this is a positive 5.
right.
Yeah.
Is this possible to generate a field this way?
No.
No.
No, not possible.
Right.
So that's
So we
Therefore,
have to
that's
put it
wrong.
on the
You
right.
cannot put it here. How about you put it here?
I see.
I got
5 mu
it.
c.
Woo.
Therefore, this is a positive.
That's great.
Test charge positive, they repel each other. Therefore, here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Therefore, at least we know the third charge must be close to the negative 8, not close to 5 here, right?
Gotcha.
It's a
Therefore,
freaking
you just set up something to calculate. You need to know the location here. So therefore, what's your origin?
Is the midpoint?
Okay, very good point. That's x-axis. Therefore, here is the origin. And if this is 1.2 meters, what's the coordinate here?
Is half
Half 1.2,
Yeah,
right?
0.6.
This is positive
0.6.
0.6. This is negative
0.6.
0.6. So how about this location?
0.3.
We have no idea. We just know it's in this range. But how far from the origin, we have no idea. Therefore, what do?
So make an A or something.
Okay? You just assume this charge is put a distance x away from the origin. Is that okay?
Sure.
Or you just set up an equation to calculate x. As long as you got x value, therefore problem solved.
Sweet.
All right, so let's try. your only weapon here is the field and the middle point must be 0, right? That's it. And what is E? E equals E1 plus E2 plus E3. It must be 0. You just go step by step.
Well, you can make up stuff.
I can think of these ideas without being able to prove them. You know that because I sent you the message.
But this is a 1D, one-dimensional problem. Therefore, those arrowhead, you can just temporarily forget about them. Just play the game in magnitude. Because this one must be negative, these two must be positive, right? Okay, therefore, what is E1?
1. I don't know.
E1, according to the equation, is k times the source of this. The source is this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, k times 5 times 10 to the negative 6, right? Divided by the distance squared. What's this distance?
0.6 meters.
0.6. It's negative. It doesn't matter. After square, it's the
It's
same thing,
negative.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just 0.6 squared. Then plus E2. E2, the same direction, positive. K times what? What's the source of E2?
Negative 8.
It's right here, right? That's the source. It's 8 times 10 to the negative 6. Then divided by this distance. What's this distance?
0.6.
0.6 again. Then minus E3. E3 goes backward.
Why is
Therefore, it's negative. Okay, it equals k times the source. What's the source of this field?
5 times.
The third part, which is 5 times 10 to the negative 6, divided by,
X.
what's the distance?
X squared.
X squared. And the whole thing must be 0, right?
Yeah.
And anything
It's a
canceled?
nightmare.
everything?
We wish it was canceling.
Why is
Let me know what canceled.
freeze? Why isn't the 8 negative? It has an 8 negative 8 charge.
Yeah, that's
I
why
did.
don't
I
know.
put negative on mine.
You don't have to put negative. We play the game in magnitude only.
We can put a negative minus sign in between the other ones.
Can we?
Why you change this one? Because this one goes backward.
On
Must
the
be
X,
negative.
Y axis.
Because you said this is X, which means this is a positive direction.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, these two must be positive, this one must be negative.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, but why wouldn't we put the negative with the 8?
Negative of what?
With the 8 charge.
With the
negative 8
negative
charge.
Oh, she
eight.
Oh,
don't care.
here you mean?
Yeah.
I told you already, we play the game in magnitude, not in direction. We just
Oh,
need
that's
the
what you
sign.
meant by that when you
Yeah,
yelled
it
at me
does.
the first time.
We just need the signs. We don't need any negative sign. We make the negative
That's a
sign.
good
Okay,
question.
I get it. I get it.
This is
I just
so
didn't see it. I
Right,
didn't see it. So
right,
I
right.
get it now.
We just want to know how
Magnitude.
strong the field is. If you have a negative sign, which means it goes backward, a different direction, right? The sign only means different direction. So we don't do that. Otherwise, it's confusing.
Yes, but sometimes as a student, I do not understand everything, and this will also confuse me.
But threw
Because
me
I
off with
think-
negative
I
on the
never
right
think-
side.
I mean,
Oh,
can we
it's
really
negative,
can we leave
that
it there if
doesn't
we really
matter.
want
I
to?
don't think of this.
If it helps that.
I think I must remember the
This
details.
sign, see here, just tell you this field goes this direction, nothing else. Right?
Well,
Okay.
the top side of it.
You see here, each term contains k, right?
Yes. Let's
K
forget it.
cancel. Anything else cancel?
The 5 times 10 negative 6, the negative 5 times 10 to the negative 6.
Well, this is
No.
8.
We cannot.
Not the
cancel
A,
it.
the other, the first and the
No,
third.
cannot cancel.
This
Oh,
cancel,
that-
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
The
then the-
5 stay here, but
Right.
this part cancel. Therefore, it become 5 over 0.6 squared plus 8 over 0.6 squared equals 5 over x squared. See? It becomes so easy.
Oh, this is much easier.
And do you need me to do it for you?
It would be fine.
Just
Oh, you
go
can
for
do
it.
it, right?
Mhm.
How many solutions you're going to have?
2.
2. And each solution carries a physical meaning. You have to figure that out too. I don't know the solution, one positive, one negative, or two positive, or two negative. I have no idea. You have to calculate.
Yeah, I get it.
Come on, you can do it. Do it.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I was doing a different one.
Got it? Okay. That's very good. Therefore, we have 1300 x squared equals 5 times 36. Therefore, x squared is going to be this. Therefore, x will be positive, negative square 5 times 36, 1300, which is 6 times square root of 5 over 1300. Therefore, 6 divided by this. I got solution already.
I wish you wouldn't make us feel bad because we are just beginners and we do not.
You got a bachelor degree already. Not beginner.
I'm totally beginner in physics, yes. And no calculus, no trig, yes.
Okay, and therefore, what's the meaning? One positive, one negative. Positive means, yes, you're right.
It's like,
The third charge must be here. And the right-hand side of the origin, the negative means what? It must be this side,
Yeah,
right? But will this work?
no.
No, it won't work here that way. Therefore, you have to put down parentheses said drop the negative 6 square root of 5 over 1 over 260. Why? Why drop it? Because it doesn't work that way. If you put it over here, the field goes that way. So never be 0 here. You have to make a decision yourself.
So you're putting the -6 because of the magnitude on the x-axis, not.
Because you assume
You
x
having your
is
-8
here.
on the opposite on the right side is throwing me off when I'm picturing it all.
Yeah, if this is negative, it goes to that direction, not this direction. That's the beauty of mathematics. It makes sense all the time.
Just not when you put -8 on the right side of the midpoint.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So
So
Jerome,
which one is it, positive or negative?
it's the positive.
You have to keep the positive solution
Yes,
and
the
drop the
positive side
negative
of
one.
the zero.
Because negative one doesn't work. In this picture at least.
And so for just for purposes, so placing the x, it's based on where on the
Right.
midline of 0 on that line, not
Anything
the charge
else.
of that.
Yeah.
Right.
If you change a problem to another one, the two solutions must be all true sometimes. You have to keep them all. But when you get a solution, you have to think about it.
Yes.
Keep them all, or keep one, or drop them all. That's your job to do it.
So we know mathematically both solutions are true, but when we apply them to our known situation, then we choose positive.
Yeah, mathematically both are good.
True. Okay.
But physically, only one is good.
Fantastic. I appreciate you to explain them.
I think the other two problems are very easy, right?
I
Yes, this will be fine.